Good morning. In the last class, we were discussing about defense technology, where we have discussed about various type of missiles that we have. Then we have discussed about few of our surveillance system. Then we have discussed about our few fighter jets, right? Defense Research and Development Organization consists four research boards. There a research board related to Army, Navy, Air Force, one more life sciences. We have four research boards. DRDO formed in 1958, headquarter in New Delhi. Present chairman Dr. Samir V. Kamath, present chairman. Right. Under the leadership of visionary Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he have started a special program to develop missile systems in India itself. The program named Integrated Guided Missile Development Program. Integrated Guided Missile Development Program started in 1982-83. Under this program, we have indigenously developed different types of missiles. They are Prithvi, Agni, Trishul, Nag, then Akash missiles. We have various kinds of missiles like surface to surface, surface to air, air to air, air to surface, then underwater missiles, submarine, which can be used from. Prithvi is which kind of missile? Surface to surface. Ballistic or cruise? Ballistic missile. Short range or medium, long range? Short range missile. If someone asks what kind of missile Prithvi is, you should say it is a short range surface to surface ballistic missile. Important three traits Prithvi missile, under which we have Prithvi 1, 2, 3, 4. We have range 150, 250, 350 in few hundred kilometers, maximum 700 to 900 kilometers. The last one, right? Prithvi. If the Prithvi 3 missile, if it is used in our Navy, it is specially called as Dhanush missile. Later, we got to know this Prithvi missile system, which is using the ballistic technology. Cruise missiles travels in nearly straight line, or it can change its path by utilizing energy from point A to point B. It uses energy continuously. The ballistic missile, it travels in parabolic trajectory. It goes up till the energy required, while coming down, it uses gravitational force. That kind of trajectory, parabolic trajectory, ballistic missile, right? For the missile to travel the maximum distance, the angle should be 45 degrees, right? We got to know this ballistic technology can be used in long range missiles. That's why we have upgraded Prithvi to the next version, that is Agni series of missiles. Agni re-entry technology means it can reach greater heights. Then while coming back, extreme temperature and pressure will be there on its surface due to the atmospheric pressure. It can be able to withstand that temperature and pressure. For example, Agni can withstand up to 3000 degrees Celsius temperature while re-entering into the atmosphere. Agni. We have Agni 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 under development. Then we have Agni Prime, right? Which kind of missile? Agni series of missiles are ballistic. Okay, range, long range missiles, medium to long range missiles. Even we have intercontinental ballistic missile, ICBM. Intercontinental means which can travel from our Asia continent to the neighboring European continent. That much distance it can travel, right? Agni 1, 2, 3, Agni 4 to fill the gap between 2 and 3. Agni 2 range is 2000 to 2500 kilometer. Agni 3 range is 3500 to 4500, 5000 kilometers. 5000 kilometers. Okay. To fill that gap, we have Agni 4 that is also called as Agni 2 prime or Agni 2A with a range of 2500 to 3700 kilometers. Agni 2 prime. Later, very important missile which we have, that is Agni 5. Which kind of missile it is? Intercontinental ballistic missile. Intercontinental ballistic missile. Agni 5 missile with a range of 5500 kilometer to 5800 kilometer. 5500 to 5800. It can travel, it can reach complete China, Pakistan. Even it can go to the northern part of Russia, that is the Europe continent. That is the range. Agni 5. Which missile among all these missiles can be used to launch a satellite in the case of emergency to low Earth orbit, generally 600 to 800 kilometers height? Agni 5 can be used to launch a satellite in the case of emergency. We can use this Agni 5 missile. Then Trishul, which kind of missile? Short range, very short range surface to air missile. Range is about 9 kilometer maximum, right? 4 to 9 kilometers range. Trishul. Then we have Nag, which kind of missile? Fire and forget principle it works on. It is an anti-tank missile. It destroys military tanks with a greater accuracy 0.77, right? Nag missile. If the same Nag missile is used in the helicopter, it is called as Nag Helena. Nag Helena it is called as, right? Then we have Akash missile. This is which kind of missile? Surface to air missile. Akash, surface to air missile. Short range, surface to air missile. Akash. Then we have discussed about other missiles like Astra, surface to surface, air to air. Which kind of missile? India's first air to air missile. India's first air to air missile, Astra. Then we have, and one important thing in Agni 5, we have multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicle, MRV warhead we have, right? And each and every missile which we have has the ability to carry both conventional and nuclear warhead. Both it can carry all the missiles which we have. Then we have got Agni Prime missile to replace the older Agni 1 and Prithvi series of missiles. We have Agni Prime. Then we have got the missile to replace older, slower Prithvi series of missile. Which one? Prahar missile we have got. The response time, reaction time is very less, just 2 to 3 minutes. We have got Prahar. Then we have the futuristic under development missile Nirbhay, which has the loitering capacity. Then we have hypersonic missile Shaurya. Then we have very important supersonic cruise missile BrahMos. Supersonic cruise missile BrahMos, developed in collaboration with India and Russia, right? India and Russia. Brahmaputra. Then Moskva, two river names combined to form the name BrahMos. This can be launched from anywhere to anywhere. It can be used as a surface to surface, surface to air to air, air to surface, underwater. Any sort it can be used. Right? The BrahMos missile. The range, short, medium, long, short range. The range of BrahMos missile. Earlier it was around 390 kilometers. Right now it is around 500 kilometers. The range of BrahMos missile. Which fighter jet can carry the BrahMos missile? Recently, it was upgraded, developed Sukhoi fighter jet. It can carry the BrahMos missile system. Which radar system is called as Eye in the Sky? Netra, Eye in the Sky. Right. Then we have medium altitude long endurance drone. Medium altitude long endurance drone. That is Rustum 2. Rustum 2 we have. Then single jet engine, single pilot, our indigenously developed fighter jet named Tejas. Earlier it was called as light combat aircraft, Tejas. Then we have MiG-21, MiG series of fighter jet, that is the older ones which you have purchased from Russia. Then we have Sukhoi, twin jet engine fighter jet. Then we have Rafale, purchased from which country? France. Rafale from France. Dassault Aviation Company, France we have purchased Rafale from. Payload capacity of 9,500 kgs. Payload capacity of Sukhoi 8,000 kg. 8,000 kg payload capacity. Then we have started the discussion about our submarines, right? Our submarines are classified into three categories. One is SSK, other is SSN, next SSBM. SSK means SS means a submarine ship. Submarine ship. K means hunter killer. Actually, these kind of submarines are diesel electric submarine. SS means submarine ship. N means nuclear. There, nuclear powered nuclear reactor will be there that will power the submarine. BN means very good. Ballistic nuclear. Ballistic nuclear. That means ballistic nuclear means that submarine can carry ballistic missile. That's it. That submarine can carry ballistic missiles. Ballistic missile. SSBM. Then we have how many different classes of submarine? 5 classes of submarine. There, Shishumar, Sindhu Ghosh, Akula 2, Kalavari, Arihant. 5 classes of submarines we have. 5 classes of submarines. One is Shishumar class, then Sindhu Ghosh class, then Akula 2 class, then Kalavari class and Arihant class of submarines we have. The first one, Shishumar class of submarine, which we have discussed yesterday, it was developed in collaboration with Germany. In collaboration with Germany. Under this, right now we have how many submarines? 4 submarines. INS Shishumar, INS Shankush, INS Shalki, and INS Shankul. We have 4 submarines. Then INS Sindhu Ghosh class in collaboration with which country? With Russia, right? INS Sindhu Ghosh. Actually, earlier 10 submarines were there, 3 decommissioned. Right now, 7 submarines are in the functional form. Sindhu Ghosh class, we have seven active submarines. INS Sindhu Dhwaj, INS Sindhu Raj, INS Sindhu Ratna, INS Sindhu Kesari, INS Sindhu Kirti, INS Sindhu Vijay, INS Sindhu Rashtra. 7 active submarines under this category. Till here we have discussed yesterday, right? Then the next class of submarine, that is Cavalry class, indigenously developed. That means we have manufactured these submarines here in India. We have manufactured them. Cavalry class of submarine, very important. Cavalry class of submarine, indigenously built. 6. Which kind of submarine? Diesel electric. Diesel electric means SS. N means nuclear. SSK. Hunter killer submarine. SSK category submarines. These are technology from France, but the manufacturing happened in India itself. We got the technology from France. Class of submarine. Actually, in France, they have Scorpion class of submarine. That technology we have taken from France, and we have developed our very own Cavalry class of submarine. Okay. Built in Mazagon Dock in the west coast. Under the Cavalry class, we have commissioned submarines INS Cavalry, INS Khanderi, INS Karanj, INS Vela, recently commissioned, INS Vaghir, recently commissioned, INS Vela and Vaghir, recently means few 1 or 2 years back. Then we have very important thing. These submarines are developed under Project 75. 75 doesn't mean 75 submarines are built. It's a project name. We'll discuss later. Under this project, they have developed this Cavalry class of submarines, right? The 6th and the final submarine, INS Vaghshir. INS Vaghshir, the recently delivered submarine, INS Vaghshir, commissioned already. INS Vaghshir, recently commissioned. INS Cavalry, Khanderi, Karanj, Vela, Vaghir and Vaghshir submarines we have under this class. 6 submarines. The last and the 6th one, INS Vaghshir. INS Vaghshir. SSN, nuclear powered submarine. We have Arihant class of submarine, but we don't have SSN category submarines. We have SSBN category submarines, ballistic nuclear. That's okay, no issues. We have ballistic nuclear submarine, but we don't have just nuclear powered submarine. We have nuclear powered along with ballistic capable submarine. Akula class of submarine, Akula 2 class of submarines, under which we have INS Chakra 2. It is directly not purchased, leased from Russia, and it is decommissioned right now. Then Akula 2 class of submarine, INS Chakra 3, INS Chakra 3, commissioned recently, INS Chakra 3 under Akula 2 category. In the Akula class, we have only Chakra 3 submarine. Then very last class of submarine, Arihant class of submarine, Arihant class of submarine, which is SSBN category. SSBN means ballistic missile capable nuclear submarine, ballistic missile capable submarine. Under this category, we have INS Arihant, INS Arighat, very, very important. These two submarines, nuclear capable submarines, INS Arihant and INS Arighat we have. How many classes of submarines we have right now? 5 classes of submarine. One is Shishumar, Sindhu Ghosh, Akula 2, then Kalvari, then Arihant class of submarine. In Akula 2 class SSN categories of submarines, the last submarine it was decommissioned. The next Chakra 3, it was expected in 2025, but it is delayed actually. The commissioning not happened yet. Chakra 3. Right now we don't have this active submarine from this class. Arihant class we have INS Arihant and Arighat we have. What is the significance of having SSBN category of submarine? SSBN category submarine we have Arihant and Arighat, the Arihant class submarine. This completes India's nuclear triad. Very important term to know, India's nuclear triad. Tri means 3. What is nuclear triad? That means we have right now the ability to launch nuclear powered missile, atom bomb, nuclear powered missile from land, air as well as water. From the submarine, we can launch the nuclear powered ballistic missile. From the air, we can launch. We have fighter jets. From that fighter jets, we can launch. And from the land, we can launch. That's what called as India's nuclear triad. INS Arihant is capable, even Arighat capable of launching submarine ballistic missile from the submarine. That's why the name. India's nuclear triad means which India can launch submarine from both land, air as well as sea. This helps us to maintain our dominance in Indo-Pacific region. And with this power, India will hold its territory in the Indian Ocean region. It will maintain its dominance. Then during the time of conflict, with the help of this missile, we can easily, with the help of this many submarines, we can easily fight them back. That's it. Projects by Navy, important projects. One is Project 75, a 30-year submarine building plan from 2007 to 2030. Project 75. Under this project, which submarine was developed? Which class of submarines? Kalvari class of submarine. Kalvari class of submarine. Technology from France, but we have developed the submarines indigenously in Mazagon dock. Right? Construction of 6 conventional, the normal submarines. Right? Which are INS Kalvari class of submarines. Kalvari, Kanderi, Karanj, Vela, Vagir and Vagashir. These 6. Under this project. Air independent propulsion means what? Air independent propulsion, it works silently. That means while working in the surface, it uses diesel for power. While working underwater, it uses electricity. Either this or it will store oxygen. By storing oxygen, it works underwater without coming to the surface. Without coming to the surface for longer duration of time. That is air independent propulsion. Working underwater for a longer duration of time. Either by storing oxygen or with the help of electric power. Project 28. Project 78, we have Calvary class of submarines, right? Calvary class of submarines. Project 28 for anti-submarine warships. Few already developed, few under development phase. Anti-submarine warship means the ship which can destroy submarine or which can fight against submarine, that kind of attack ships. These kind of ships are called corvette. Corvette category of ship. We'll discuss. INS Kamorta, INS Cardamut, INS Kilton, INS Kavarati. Have you heard the name Kavarati? These are the names of the islands. These are the names of the islands of Lakshadweep archipelago. Archipelago means what? Bay means what? Bay of Bengal. Bay means beach. Then why not Bay of Arabian Sea? Why only Bay of Bengal? Bay means covered three sides by land and one side open to the ocean. That's what bay. Three side land. See there, three side land, one side ocean, bay. Right? Peninsula. Indian peninsula we call, right? Peninsula. Peninsula means three side water, one side land. Peninsula. Three side land, one side water, bay. Likewise, archipelago means group of islands. That's it. Archipelago means group of islands. Small group of islands. That's it. Lakshadweep. Where exactly Lakshadweep is present? West Arabian Sea. Andaman and Nicobar? Yes, that's true. Okay, right. Project 17A. Project 28, building anti-submarine warship. Anti-submarine warship, right? Anti-submarine warship. 4 anti-submarine warships named after the islands of Lakshadweep. That's it. Then we have Project 17A. Building 7 stealth frigates. Stealthier. Stealth means what? Stealthy. Yesterday we have discussed this submarine is stealthier. Stealthy means which operates secretly. Air independent propulsion submarines are stealthier. AIP, air independent propulsion. Difficult to detect. If you are using electric vehicle, if you pass, difficult to detect, right? If you are moving in RX 100, easy to detect. Likewise, stealthier, secret. Frigate, we'll see. 7 stealth frigates. Defense technology committees. Actually, these kind of things are important for our mains point of view, not the prelims point of view. They will not ask. Let us see. Shatkar committee. Committee established in 2015. Shatkar committee. Chandrasekhar Committee. The committee was formed to suggest the measure to enhance combat capability and rebalance our defense expenditure. How to increase our fighting ability. To give suggestions, this committee was formed. That's it. By maintaining the budget, increasing the ability. That's it. N. Chandrasekharan Committee 2018 Chandrasekharan Committee. Very important committee because deals with AI, artificial intelligence, implication of artificial intelligence in national security, how it will affect, whether it will help or harm. That's what will be discussed here. Defense Artificial Intelligence Project Agency, DIPA, Defense Artificial Intelligence Project Agency, important committee to know. Greater impetus on artificial intelligence in defense technology. That means how to implement, involve artificial intelligence in our defense technologies. That's it. How mosquito is attracted to us? How can it detect us? Mosquito. The main thing, when you're sleeping, it will come near your ear and make a sweet sound. Mosquito. One thing, it is attracted to our body odor. One thing, body odor, sweat, smell. Main important thing which it is attracted to is carbon dioxide, which we emit. Carbon dioxide which we emit, that is the main thing which attract mosquito towards us. Body odor is also there, carbon dioxide, major things. India's nuclear doctrine. India conducted its first nuclear test in 1974, named Operation Smile Buddha during the term of Indira Gandhi. 1974, Indira Gandhi. Operation Smiling Buddha. Successful test. America shell-shocked. Russia, they were okay. Why America shell-shocked? The bigger countries wanted us to be under their control. They wanted to handle our internal affairs. But we have developed our very own nuclear missile. That's why after this, we have asked them for a supercomputer. Supercomputer. World's first supercomputer. World's first supercomputer named CDC 6600. India's first supercomputer, Param 8000. We have asked, give us the supercomputer technology, we will give you money. But they have denied, telling that if we give the supercomputer to you, you will enhance your nuclear ability. You will make more research and you will increase the capacity, you will not give. Later, we have developed our supercomputer on our own. Operation Shakti, later during the tenure of Atal Bihari Vajpayee, the second nuclear test which we have done. In 1998, India declared itself as a nuclear weapon state, and came forward with the nuclear doctrine. What is our nuclear doctrine? Nuclear doctrine means the policy of India. Now, first attack policy. I will not start the fight, but if they start, I will also retaliate. I will also attack. That is our policy. No first use policy. we will not use the nuclear weapon in the first case. If they use, then also we will use. That is our policy. Credible minimum deterrence. That means minimum retaliation, minimal views we will do in case of emergency, right? Then no first use policy. India will not use in the first case. Then retaliation attacks will be authorized only by civilian political leadership. That means, see, in many of our neighboring countries recently, civil war erupted and the army rule came into the power, right? The chief of the army controlled the armed forces, etc. Likewise, if in case that will not happen in India, for God's sake, if in case the policy says war started between our neighboring countries, our government fell off, then the army chief cannot take the call to use nuclear weapon. Who can take the call? Only the elected civilian leader. That means the prime minister, the president, they can take the call, not the army chief. That is our policy. And it cannot be used against non-nuclear weapon states. A country which is not having the nuclear weapon, on that country we will not attack. You don't have the gun, I will not shoot you with the gun. That kind of policy. But our friendly neighbors, Pakistan and China, they both have nuclear weapon. They both have nuclear weapon. Pakistan did not develop their nuclear weapon on their own. They got it from China. China shared its nuclear technology with Pakistan, right? So they both have, and they have the final thing. We will start, but if you start, the retaliation will be massive retaliation. This is our nuclear policy. Simply, we can call this policy as no first use policy. That's it. No first use policy. Then our propulsion system means engine, type of engines which we have. Solid propulsion, solid fuel, majorly aluminium powder, etc. can be easily stored, reach higher speed quickly. Do you still remember that our PSLV rocket consists of 4 stages? First stage and third stage, solid powered. Why the first stage is solid powered? Initial torque will be required more, right? That's why solid powered. Then liquid propulsion, we use hydrocarbons. Even petrol is a hydrocarbon, diesel is a hydrocarbon. We use special hydrocarbons. But storage is a little difficult and complex compared to the solid fuel. But it can be controlled easily. Liquid fuel. Solid aluminum powder based. Not exactly 100% aluminum powder. It is the main ingredient, that's it. A ramjet engine. See, have you heard the name scramjet? The future technology which is being developed by ISRO. Supersonic combustible ramjet. That means the missiles, the rockets traveling at a supersonic speed. At that speed, they are planning to take oxygen from the atmosphere. They are planning to take oxygen from the atmosphere, and to sustain combustion, they are planning. Breathable engine, scramjet engine. That engine is also called as breathable engine. Breathable means taking oxygen from the atmosphere. What other normal engines will do? They will store oxygen in the cylinders. A ramjet, fuel injected and ignited, basic engine. Air breathing engine, Air breathing engine means taking oxygen from the atmosphere, but it cannot travel in supersonic speed. That's why we are developing scramjet engine, supersonic combustible ramjet engine. Works in the subsonic speed. Scramjet engine, future technology. Supersonic combusting ramjet, supersonic velocity it can travel. Generally, hydrogen fuel is used. Hydrogen fuel. Air breathing engine takes in oxygen from the atmosphere. India is the fourth country apart from America, Russia, and ES means European Space Agency, right? ESA. We have demonstrated this technology, but it is not 100% successful right now. We have tested this successfully, but it requires still more development and testing, not in the use yet. Cryogenic engine. Have you heard the name cryogenic? Where exactly in our rocket we use cryogenic engine? PSLV, no, solid and liquid. GSLV, first stage, second stage, third stage. Third stage, we use cryogenic engine, GSLV rocket. Geosynchronous satellite launch vehicle, GSLV, we use cryogenic engine. Cryogenics is a branch of science which deals with the high temperature or low temperature. Cryogenics deals with very low temperature. Oxygen at minus 183 degrees Celsius, hydrogen at minus 253 degrees Celsius, right? Deals with the extremely low temperature. Cryogenic engine. Liquefied gases at very low temperature, hydrogen fuel majorly used. India is the sixth country which have developed this cryogenic engine technology apart from America, Russia, France, Japan, China. We have functional cryogenic engine. We have developed it indigenously. Cryogenic engine. Scramjet engine we have tested, but it is still in the testing phase. Scramjet technology. Defense corridor. What do you mean by defense corridor? There, in that region, many public-private partnership or private enterprises will develop new technology or manufacture by using the technology from DRDO, many defense arsenals, ammunitions, etc. Right? Industrial corridor. Defense industrial corridor. Defense industries. Industrial corridor. Main reason, manufacturing of defense equipments, etc. Right? See, practically, is it possible for our DRDO or a related organization to manufacture each and every gun, weapon, etc. required by our armed forces? No, right? We are dependent on many private players. For example, in our armed forces, the trucks which they use are from earlier, they were completely developed from our defense PSU BEML, headquartered in Bangalore, Bharat Earth Movers Limited. Even Bharat Earth Movers Limited developed a first set of metro trains to Bangalore, first set. Later, they have given to a Chinese company, etc. That happened. And the normal train cabin coach, that is also being developed by BML, Bharat Earth Movers Limited. So later, the military army trucks we have, they are from Tata, they are from L&T, they are from Ashok Leyland. We have given V means DRDO have given subcontract to many private players. Truck, for example. Likewise, the lightweight gun, etc. Like that. Many, many machineries we are developing with private partnership. The private companies, the private enterprises. We have a defense industry corridor in Uttar Pradesh Defense Industrial Corridor, and in the south we have it in Tamil Nadu Defense Industrial Corridor. In the north, Uttar Pradesh, in the south, Tamil Nadu we have. Okay. For you to fly any drone, is there any regulations? Drone regulations in India? Yes, there are regulations, but we are not following it properly. But regulations are there. If you want to fly a drone, see in Bangalore there are many regions which are drone free. A drone restriction is there. Defense land is there, right? There we cannot use or fly any drone. And for you to fly the drone, you need to have license, like the driving license. Like the driving license, you should be having drone pilot license. Unmanned aerial vehicle. Unmanned aerial vehicles are generally we call them as drones. In defense technology, we use them as a part of class of aircrafts without human interference, right? That can fly without any onboard pilot. They can fly on their own. Few can be controlled from the ground station. Few can fly on their own. There are three different categories of unmanned aircraft. One is a remotely piloted aircraft. Remotely piloted means the normal drone which you see in the wedding hall, etc., which can be controlled remotely, right? Then autonomous aircraft. Autonomous means on their own, which can work on their own. Then we have model aircraft. Model aircraft. Few examples of the unmanned aerial vehicles which we have in our Indian military. DRDO Abhyas we have, DRDO Fluffy we have, DRDO Imperial Eagle we have, Imperial Eagle, DRDO Kapotaka we have, DRDO Laksha we have, DRDO Netra we have, then Nishant, Rustum 2 Ulka. Yesterday we have discussed about this Netra and Rustum 2, right? These are the other drones which we have, which can be used to. One is detecting enemy aerial objects, and other is retaliation also. That is also possible with this kind of drones. Airborne early warning control system. India drone regulations. India has a no permission, no takeoff clause. That means without a permission, you cannot use drone. Without permission, you cannot use the drone. No permission, no takeoff clause. That means drone cannot be operated in Indian skies unless the regulatory permission is received through digital sky platform. Very important. Generally these days, so many social media influencers, they have purchased many drones. Photographers purchased many drones and they are using it without any permission. This permission can be acquired very easily just by visiting this website, Digital Sky Platform. If in case in the future you purchase any drone, it is better to get the license, permission. Later you can fly. easily. Sir, all these guys are playing the flying drones regularly, but nobody is curbing them or controlling them. Why? Until someday when something happens, this will go on. One finder, if something happens due to this, then they will start. Registration is required for drones, all the drones, but nano category, very small nano category drones are exempted. Nano category means less than or equal to 250 grams. Generally, the normal drones which people use are more than 250 grams. Then micro category 250 grams to 2 kg. Small category 2 kg to 25 kg. 25 kg small category. Then medium category 25 kg to 150 kg. Greater category more than 150 kg drones. The normal drones which we see around us are in the nano micro categories, the smaller drones. Which platform you need to visit to take the permission from? Digital Sky platform. Digital Sky platform. Barak missile system, Israeli developed, purchased from Israel. Israel-India collaboration missile, Barak. In Israel, Barak means, in the Hebrew language, lightning, minchuk, lightning. Barak means Israeli developed surface to air missile. Surface to air missile. Majorly developed. This is the part of Israel's Iron Dome technology. Iron Dome means till that point it will wait and it will get the retaliation missile ready. Once the enemy missile comes to the air, be destroyed by the retaliation missile, right? That kind of missile this is, Barak. To destroy enemy missiles. Main use, it will destroy the enemy missiles, Barak missile. Developed in collaboration with India. Under Barak class of missiles, there are many types. One important is Barak 8 missile, jointly developed by India and Israel. Medium to long range surface to air missile. Surface to air missile. Purpose: defend against various airborne threat, to destroy helicopter, fighter jet, enemy missile, etc., aircraft, helicopter, etc. Then different type of missiles. The missiles can be anti-ship missile, unmanned aerial vehicle, cruise missile, ballistic missile, all kind of missiles it can destroy. It has 360-degree coverage, 360-degree coverage, and have the ability of vertical launching system, equipped with multifunctional surveillance threat alert radar. Means with the help of this radar, it can detect the aerial threats and it can destroy it. Barak 8 missile. India, Israel collaboration, we have developed Barak category of missiles. Right now we have Barak 8 system. Barak 8 system. LRSAM, long range surface to air missile. Same Barak 8 missile which we are using in our Navy. Then MRSAM, medium range surface to air missile, we are using in Indian Air Force and Indian Army. The same Barak 8 missile, when used in Indian Navy, long range surface to air missile, it is called as. When used in our Air Force and Army, called as medium range surface to air missile. Medium range surface to air missile. Recently, during the standoff between India and Pakistan, we have destroyed many incoming missiles from Pakistan, right? Many attacks from Pakistan we have destroyed in the air itself. We have intercepted with our missile system. For that, we can use this Barak system, but we have used S-400 Triumph, very important missile system, intercepting the enemy missiles. S-400 Triumph S-400. World's most advanced, one of the world's most advanced. They have developed it in collaboration with Russia. In collaboration with Russia. Russian made long range surface to air missile system S-400. S-400. Barak in collaboration with Israel. This S-400 collaboration with Russia. Similar kind of missile. Anti-missile system to destroy enemy missiles. The features of S-400 Triumph: long range surface to air missile system. Country of origin Russia. NATO name is different, SA-21 Growler, no need to remember. Its primary role, S-400 Triumph's primary role, to detect any aerial target, aerial threat, and attack it or destroy it. Destroying the aerial threats. It can destroy enemy aircraft, enemy drone, cruise missile, ballistic missile, even unmanned aerial vehicles. It can destroy anything, any sort of aerial threat it can destroy. Maximum interception range, till what distance it can destroy the enemy missile, means up to 400 kilometers. When the missile started from Pakistan, it just crossed the boundary of Pakistan. At that point itself, it can destroy. Let's say, for example, detection range up to 600 kilometers. Up to 600 kilometer range we have. Target speed, very higher speed, Mach 14. Mach 14. Do you remember the speed of Rafale fighter jet? The speed of Tejas fighter jet? What it is? Have a look. Mach 1.8. Speed of Rafale fighter jet, Mach 1.8, around 2000 kilometer. This one, Mach 14. Just imagine. Nearly 7 times greater. Than the speed of Rafale fighter jet. Right? Approximately 17,000 kilometer per hour. That speed it can travel. Accuracy is very high. Then it can track up to 300 targets. How much? 300 targets, not 1, 2, 300 targets, and engage up to 36 targets simultaneously. That means it can detect 300, it can destroy 36 at a time. If Pakistan launches 36 missiles against us, that can be destroyed by single S-400 Triumph. anti-missile system, right? We have many S-400 Triumph. If they launch thousands of missiles also, we can easily intercept. Then the users who all have this system means Russia. That's okay. They are the origin nation. The problem is here. They have sold it to China also. Even they have this, even we have this. But we have, along with this, we have Barak. That is the advantage. Then India, Turkey, Belarus, Algeria, all these countries have S-400 Triumph. See, it has vertical launch ability. Generally, the missiles will be having this kind of inclined launch ability, but it is also having vertical launch system ability. Even the Barak also, S-400 Triumph. This is Barak. This also has the ability of vertical launch. Barak. Okay. Different types of ship which we have. We have frigates. We have destroyer ship. Frigates, destroyer ship. We have corvette also. Corvette is also small patrolling ship. Corvette. Frigate, big patrolling ship. Bigger patrolling ship. The main role of frigate is patrolling and protecting the larger vessels. While destroyer, the name itself suggests destroyer directly engages in the direct combat. Directly engages in the direct combat. Destroyers can be called as Navy's offensive arm, fighting arm. Frigates are called as Navy's defensive arm. Even frigates can fight, but what they will do, they will just patrol. Destroyers only combat, only during the attack they will be used. That's it. Combat ships. Frigates are smaller, lighter in weight, less armed compared to what? The destroyer ship. Destroyer ships are larger, heavier, and heavily armed compared to frigates. When compared frigates, the smaller version called as corvette, smaller version of frigate for patrolling, corvette. Corvette, small warship, smaller than frigate, a little bigger than the patrol boats. Have you been to any like few sensitive parts of our sea, like Vishakhapatnam or Pondicherry, etc.? There you might have seen small naval patrolling boats, not the ships. Boats. Boats will be of a smaller size, which might carry 10, 15 people. The smaller ones, the boats. Compared to the boats, the bigger ones are called as corvette, patrolling ships. Bigger ships, patrolling ships are called as frigates. Then the attack, fighting ability ships are called as destroyers. That's it. Corvette bigger than the boat, smaller than the frigate. Bigger than the patrol boat, smaller than the frigate. Mainly used for coastal patrol. (500 to 2010) maximum capacity. Armed with medium and small caliber guns, missiles, and anti-submarine weapons. Smaller, basic, simple. Few corvettes have the hangar to land the smaller helicopters, not the jet, helicopter, smaller helicopters. It can land. Corvette. Right now, the number of ships which we have right now functional in our Indian Navy. We have two aircraft carriers. Very, very important. We have two aircraft carrier. Aircraft carrier means Tejas fighter jet carrier. The fighter jet can take off from sea. That aircraft range is around 3,000 kilometers, right? Range. What is the range of Tejas? Around 1,500 to 3,000. Sorry, less. 3,700 range of Rafale. Rafale range. Combat range of 500 kilometers, I think, Tejas. Fighting range of 500 kilometers. Tejas fighter jet. 350, 850 kilometers. Normal range of 850. Combat range of 500 kilometers. Yes, right. That kind of aircraft can be carried with the help of these ships, aircraft carrier. Then we have 13 destroyer. Only 13 destroyer during the time of war. Generally, war will not happen with our enemy nations in the sea. Very rare. Till date, all the war have happened in the land itself, right? Both land and air. That's it. But we do have. Then frigates. Frigates means these are attack ships. These are defensive or patrolling ships. Right? Frigate, bigger. Corvette, smaller compared to this. Compared to this, it's a smaller one. We have 14 to 17 frigates, around 18 corvette. Then submarines, active, functional, commissioned 19 to 20 submarines we have. Then amphibious warfare ship. Amphibious means what? Huh? Frog or snake? Snakes are reptiles, not amphibians. Amphibian means which can live on both land and water. Ubhayachara anta kariteve. Both land and water it can live on. Right? Amphibians. Here, amphibious ship means both land and water it can work on. In land, truck like of thing. In water, ship kind of. It can change its nature. Then offshore patrol vessels we have around 29, the smaller patrol vessels. Aircraft carrier. How many we have aircraft carrier? Only two. Only two. One is INS Vikrant, indigenously developed aircraft carrier. INS Vikrant, very very important. INS Vikrant, commissioned in 2022. 2022. INS Vikrant. India's first indigenously designed and built aircraft carrier. Under the Atmanirbhar Bharat. That means Make in India. Right? We have developed this, indigenously developed this aircraft carrier. Vikrant. How much load it can carry? 45,000 ton. 45,000 ton it can carry. Then it has the ability for shorter takeoff, Stobar technology, short takeoff but arrested recovery. Short takeoff, then recovery. Short takeoff but arrested recovery concept means like this very inclined path will be there. The aircraft will be launched like this. It can operate an air wing of about 30 aircraft. It can carry how many? 30 aircraft it can carry. Just imagine how much big it will be. Including MiG series of fighter jet. Right now we are replacing MiG series of fighter jet with Tejas fighter jet. It can carry Tejas fighter jet and various helicopters it can carry. Helicopters. Kamov, MH-60R, Dhruv, Rudra, etc. Many helicopters it can carry. INS Vikrant, indigenously developed aircraft carrier. Then we have INS Vikramaditya. These two are aircraft carriers. INS Vikramaditya. Kiev class. It's a refurbished ship. Old ship purchased from Russia, refurbished into INS Vikramaditya. We have purchased, see, Soviet era carrier Admiral Gorshko, it was earlier named as. The world ambassador we have purchased, we have refurbished, modified, and given it a new name like that. Soviet era, just imagine. USSR, earlier Russia was called as, it got divided into Russia and many other countries, right? During that time, Admiral Gorshko was there. It was renamed as INS Vikramaditya, refurbished one. It also has the ability to carry 45,000 ton. Same capacity as of INS Vikrant. It also uses the same technology. Primarily mixed series of fighter jet, even Tejas can be used here. Tejas fighter jets can be used here. INS Vikramaditya. See how much big it is. INS Vikramaditya. It can carry many light combat fighter jets, and it can carry many helicopters. First indigenously developed fighter jet, sorry, aircraft carrier. This also can carry how much? 45,000 tons of weight. How many fighter jet? Yes. And there is in the world, there is also another category of ship called cruise ship. Cruise ship. Cruise ships are very big ships that will carry huge number of people, troop, along with fighter jet, along with all these kind of weaponaries that will be used to make war elsewhere. If I want to make war in Sri Lanka, we can do with the help of our ship only, right? It's our adjacent nation. But if I want to make war in Qatar, in America, in West Indies, I will carry my cruise ship along with various men, weapons, missiles, etc. That kind of ship. Right now, Russia, America, China, these kind of nations have the cruise ships. We don't have. We don't have any cruise ship. We don't require any cruise ship. Destroyer class. Hmm. Earlier, INS Vikrant was decommissioned. The same name used again. The same INS Vikrant, the steel metal present in it was used in the Bajaj bike INS V. Do you remember? Earlier, there was a bike from Bajaj. This bike, INS Vikrant, they have gifted one of this bike to MS Dhoni also because he was working with Indian Armed Forces, right? This bike, the first category, the first set of bikes were made with the metal used from that INS Vikrant ship. That's why the name Bajaj Vikrant. Destroyer class, which can carry missiles. INS Vishakhapattanam class under Project 15B. The leading ship, INS Vishakhapattanam, commissioned in 2021. Indigenously developed stealth guided missile destroyer class. Stealth means which can operate secretly, right? Secret operation. Destroyer class with the help of missiles, which can attacking arm. It is the successive version of the earlier Kolkata class of ships. Group of ships, Kolkata class, earlier they were named, right now Visakhapatnam class they have named like this. It can carry 7,400 ton, 7,400 ton. Many indigenous and international weapons it can carry. It can carry BrahMos missile, supersonic cruise missile BrahMos. Then Barak also it can carry Barak 8 missile. Then many other missiles, many other surface to air missiles it can carry. Long range surface to air missile, that is nothing but the S-400 type kind of missile it can also carry. INS Visakhapatnam. Destroyer class ship. See here, if there is any ship, any submarine in news for what? One thing, if it is commissioned recently, it will be in news. Or if there is any attack which the ship is involved in, then it will be in news, right? If it is in news, then you can expect a question. Otherwise, at least you should know what is INS Waghshir means. It is a INS Waghshir submarine, cavalry class submarine, like that. You should know at least what it is, whether it is a ship, whether it is a submarine, whether it is a destroyer ship, whether it is a aircraft carrier ship. At least the bigger names. The aircraft carrier ships we have only two, right? One is INS Vikrant, other is INS Vikramaditya. Those kind of names you should know. That's it. Kolkata class. The upgraded Kolkata class is Visakhapatnam class. INS Kolkata, INS Kochi, INS Chennai. Destroyer ships have stealth feature. Stealth means secretly they can operate. That's it. Secret operation means jamming the enemy radar system. That's it. They can jam the enemy radars. That's it. Then we have frigates. Frigates are defensive arm. Defensive arm. The patrolling ships. The patrolling ships we have frigates. Shivalik class of ship. INS Shivalik, commissioned in 2010. INS Shivalik. Stealth frigate, first multi-role frigate built in India. Shivalik, INS Shivalik. Can carry 6,200 tons. It can carry BrahMos missile, surface to air missile, still surface to air missile. Then many other rockets and torpedoes it can carry. It will be having many missiles, but it will be just patrolling kind of ship. It has the ability to fight, but its main role is to patrol. That's it. Other frigate classes, we have Talwar class, Brahmaputra class, we have newer Nilgiri class. Shivalik, Talwar, Nilgiri, Brahmaputra. These are frigates. Karnataka, it's a state, right? Lakshadweep, I mean, whether it is a state or union territory. Union territory. Pondicherry, union territory. You know the difference. You can name when I say the name, right? Whether it is union territory or state, right? How you got that information, knowledge? By reading, studying. Like this, you need to know all these things also, which they expect from you. For the first time, it feels difficult to remember all these names, but you don't have to remember. Means you don't have to by heart. You have to just have a basic understanding, at least about the names. Right now, to your mind, the number of UTs which we have, it will not come. But if I say the name, you can tell, right, whether it is a UT or state. Like that, you should know. When you hear the name, you should be able to tell whether it is a ship, whether it is a aircraft carrier, frigate or destroyer. You don't have to list them right now. At least you should name them when they ask. That's it. That much amount of information you should have. Right. This is it. We have discussed about a different type of missiles, right? Under the missiles, we have discussed ballistic missile and cruise missiles. Then we have discussed about different types of submarine. Under the submarine, we had SSK, SSN, SSBN. Right now, we don't have any functional SSN category submarine. The SSN category submarine is Akula 2 class, Chakra 3, yet to be commissioned, not yet commissioned. We have SSK and SSBN category submarines. Name some SSBN category submarine. Ballistic nuclear submarine. Arihant, Arighat, INS Arihant and INS Arighat, ballistic nuclear submarines, which we have. Then the ships, we have aircraft carrier ships. Only two we have. INS Vikrant, then INS Vikramaditya. We have. Then we have destroyers. Then we have frigates. Then we have the smaller one, corvette. Smaller frigate, corvette we have. Name some destroyers. Name any destroyer ship. Vishakhapatnam class of ships. Then Kolkata class of ships. Right? Those are destroyer class of ships. Then name some frigate class of ships. Frigates. Shivalik class, Brahmaputra class, then Talwar class, Nilgiri, the newer one, Nilgiri class. These are the frigate ships. Nilgiri class yet to be commissioned. If it is in use, you need to know. Right? Okay. Actually, in the previous classes, we have discussed about different type of cyber attack, right? Spyware, malware, ransomware, phishing, etc. Many terms we have discussed. We have discussed what hacker mean. Hacker means hacking. Who gains unauthorized access to your account? You have a social media account, you have a bank account, you have personal network. If someone gets unauthorized access, that is hacking, right? My social media account got hacked. If someone asks money, please don't give. Many a times you might have seen many of your friends, right? Hacking. There are many types of hacking. I think which this we haven't discussed, right? Types of hackers. Have we discussed this? Hmm? Have we discussed these types of hackers? No, right? Do you remember what spam is? Spam. Have you heard spam? Spam calls you get many a times. Spam. Spam messages you get. Unsolicited commercial email, message, or call. The message call by commercial intent they are doing. That's it. Commercial purpose, advertisement purpose they are doing. That's it. Spam. Hackers. We have different types of hackers. One is white hat hacker. Very important type of hacker. If you wish to, is there any possibility for you to become a hacker? Can you become a hacker? If you wish to, if you study, is it possible? Yes, it is possible. There are so many hacking courses available, both online, offline, which you can learn. If you learn the hacking course, you can also become a hacker. If you use that ability of hacking in right way, you are white hat hackers. If you use that in a bad way, then you are black hat, gray hat, red hat hackers. Okay. White hat hacker means, have you heard the name White Hat Junior, the company? Few years back, maybe I think during the time of COVID or early COVID, I think a company named White Hat Junior. White Hat Junior. The main agenda of that company is to sell online courses. Which kind of courses? Um, Application development, then hacking, then website development, then learning programming languages, these kind of courses. They used to advertise. There is a big line in front of a house. Interviewer goes and asks why you are standing in the queue. Then the person standing in the queue tells, Chinto, a small boy, learnt coding, learned programming from White Hat Junior. Now he is developing many applications websites. That means even a small kid can learn coding, learning, etc. from that application. Why the name White Hat? Means it is ethical, it is legal. That's it. White hat indicates it is legal, ethical. That's it. In karate, you will get many kind of belts, right? But here they will not physically give you the hat. It is an indication. That's it. Indication, color indication. White hat hacker means they are called as ethical hackers. White hat hackers are called as ethical hackers. Generally, IT companies will hire this kind of hackers. Companies will hire them to check for any issue with their website, with their new software, etc. They will hack, they will try to hack the newly developed software. If there is any glitch, if there is any issue, they will notify. Then that will be rectified and corrected. That kind of hackers. I have created a lock. You will also check once, right? Whether it is proper, intact or not. That kind of hackers there. They will check once whether it is proper or not, whether it can be hacked or not. This kind of hackers. One of the demanding jobs in the IT industry. They will try to find out the weakness in that computer software network, etc. Right? Their intention is not to harm the system. Their intention is to find the loophole. To find the loophole. That's it. White hat hackers. Companies will hire them. They will pay them. Then these hackers will hack the software, website, etc., and find the loophole present there. Then the black hat hackers, the culprits, the black hat hackers, it is illegal. They're called as crackers. Crackers, black hat hackers. The intention which they have is to hack your system, hack your network, hack your account to gain access to your data or to gain access to your money, to steal your money. If your bank account, phone pay account got hacked, that kind of thing. Black hat hackers. Stealing data or violating privacy or damaging the system, etc. That kind of hackers. Black hat hackers. A person who is hacking your Facebook account, he is a black hat hacker. A person hacking your WhatsApp account, he is a which kind of hacker? Black hat hacker. That's it. Then gray hat hacker. Gray hat hacker. This is kind of combination of white hat and black hat hacker. Blend of both black and white hat. They don't have any bad intention. They don't have any malicious intention. Without a malicious intention, but they will exploit the security without owner's permission. They are attacking. You had been to your friend's house by locking your home. When you came back, main door is open. Somebody is sitting inside. When you go in, he says, "Your door lock is not proper, sir. Please change it." And he will leave. You check each and every room thing. Nothing is stolen. His intention is to make you realize. His intention is to get appreciation for hacking. Without permission, he opened the lock. Then he told, "Your lock is not good. Please change it." Likewise, he will hack. Then he will inform for appreciation or a bounty for some random amount he is doing. He is doing this hacking just for appreciation. That kind of hacker. See, during the time of Uri attack, I think, or the earlier attack, what happened? One of Indian hacker named, I think, Anshul Saxena. I forgot his name. Maybe Anshul, I think. What he did, see, each and every TV channel will be having a green screen, right? Green screen setup. The background, breaking news, etc., scrolling, etc. All those will be edited later or in the real time, right? What he have done, he have hacked that news channel's network and changed. He hacked Pakistani's news channel. In the background, Indian flag was hoisted. Indian flag in Pakistani news channel. He got lots and lots of appreciation from India. That kind of hacker, grey hat hacker, without any bad intention, just for appreciation, he is doing. Right? Grey hat hacker. Then very dangerous red hat hackers. Red hat hackers. Hacking government agencies and top secret information hubs. They will not hack your account. They will not hack my account. They will hack top secret information hub, government agencies, etc. to steal sensitive information, sensitive data. Let's say, for example, we want to launch Agni missile to destroy a place in Pakistan. Will I go and light matches and launch the missile? No, right? It will be having some control with the help of a network. If I crack that network, if I get that access, I can launch that missile to anywhere in the world. That might start war between those two countries, right? For example, I have said those kind of data, red hat hackers, very dangerous. Then we have not so important blue hat hacker, blue hat. Actually, the term was given by Microsoft company. Microsoft company, they are good hackers, ethical hackers, blue hat, legal. See, if I hire a hacker and give him salary throughout the year, he might check my system few days or few months later. I need to give him salary, right? Regularly. Instead of that, recently what many companies started, they have started hackathon programs. Once they develop new software, they will invite all the industry experts for a hackathon event. Many industry experts, hackers will participate. They will try hack the software. If they succeed, they will get a good prize amount. Instead of paying them lakhs of money yearly, they will pay few lakhs as a prize money. That kind of hackers. Outsourcing, literally outsourcing. That is blue hat hacker. Legal hackers, white hat and blue hat. All others are illegal. Even grey hat is illegal because they are doing it without owner's permission. Right? Majorly, you need to know white hat hacker and black hat hacker. White hat, ethical hacker, legal. Black hat, cracker, illegal. That's it. Take a break. We'll continue with different types of energy resources, hydel, thermal, tidal, etc. Energy resources we'll discuss afterwards. ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡೋಣ. Name some renewable energy resources. Renewable energy. Huh? Paper. Energy resources. Petrol, diesel, solar. Renewable. Renewable means what? Reused. That can be revived, right? Which can be revived, which will not go empty, which we can get regularly. Okay, I'll give the examples. Choose whether it is renewable or non-renewable, right? First, fossil fuel, coal, petrol, diesel, kerosene, natural gas, all these fossil fuels. Are they renewable or non-renewable energy resource? Non-renewable, because once we use them, it will be exhausted. That cannot be regenerated within our lifespan. It will not be produced in a short term, at least in hundred thousands of years. It takes more time. Then wind, air, wind. With the help of the wind, we generate electricity by the help of wind turbines, right? That is also an energy source, wind energy. Renewable or not renewable? Continuously we do get wind, renewable energy resource. Then solar energy, renewable energy, solar energy, renewable energy. Tidal energy, tidal, from the tides in the ocean, renewable energy, that will not be exhausted, renewable energy. Water, hydroelectricity we can generate from water, right? Renewable. If water gets exhausted this summer, next rainy season, it will be revived with the help of water cycle. Continuously, revival happens, right? Just for example, it is not an energy source as a normal resource. Soil, whether it is a renewable resource or non-renewable resource, it is not an energy source. A resource. Soil, renewable. We have lots and tons of soil on the surface of the earth. It is renewable. What we think, actually, just imagine how soil is formed by the rocks, weathering of rocks. Weathering of rocks. Above the rock, air flows in the air, small dust particle, etc. will be there due to that friction. Then in the crevices, the cracks of the rock, water will deposit, it will expand, contract, so that it will start to chip off. That thing will happen. Weathering of rocks. How much time it will take? It might take for the soil to be formed. Thousands of years, right? When you compare whether the resource is renewable or not renewable, you need to have a timeline reference, right? How fossil fuels are formed? Many years ago, the living organisms present on the surface of the earth, plants, trees, organisms, animals, they buried under the earth due to the plate tectonic moment, due to the movement of earth surface, due to the plate movement. They all buried under the surface of the earth due to high pressure and temperature. The biomass converted into fossil fuel. That thing might happen in the future also. In the future also, petrol and diesel might be generated, but it takes lot of time, thousands and thousands of years, lakhs of years. right? That's why we need to have a reference timeline. That reference timeline is human lifespan. Let's say 100 years. If a resource we consume today, if it is generated within 100 years, that is a renewable resource. If not, that is non-renewable resource. I have a farmland, 1 acre, let's say. I have sold 10 feet deep soil from that land. Is it possible for that 10 feet soil to be regenerated in 100 years? No. According to Food and Agricultural Organization, comes under UN, United Nations, Food and Agricultural Organization, they have considered soil as non-renewable resource. Why? It takes thousands of years to be formed. That's why non-renewable resource. Then trees, plants, biomass, these are renewable. If I cut a tree, another tree will grow in few years. Renewable resource. Fish. In SSC examination, they have asked whether fish is a renewable or non-renewable resource. Renewable. If I eat a fish today, another fish will grow in my lifespan, at least 100 years, right? Renewable resource. It can go extinct, but it is renewable, right? That is the case. Living resource, a renewable resource. Fine. Now, instead of going deep into different types of resources, we'll discuss different energy sources. Energy sources. Generally, in India, yesterday I think we have discussed about while discussing about the different types of coal. What are the different types of coal which we have? Anthracite, bituminous, peat, lignite. We have, right? More than 80-90 percentage carbon content present in anthracite, the highest carbon content coal. In India, majorly we are dependent on coal for producing electricity right now. But down the line, in 4-5 years, it will be changed to solar energy. That was the trend which we have seen in the diagram. You might have remembered, right? Right now, we are dependent on thermal coal. Like that, name some energy sources from which electricity can be generated. One, coal, thermal energy, right? Thermal energy. Then wind energy, solar energy, hydroelectricity, then nuclear energy. Very good. Then we have tidal energy, we have geothermal energy. Okay, we'll see different types of energy sources from which we can generate electricity from. Majorly, energy resources are classified into conventional and non-conventional sources of energy. See, conventional means what? See, by convention, we have considered in the magnet, the direction of flow of magnetic field lines is from north to south. Why you eat from your right hand? Why you dress like this? Sir, it's a convention. From generations, this has passed. Convention. From the past, which we are using, that kind of fuels. From the past, what we have used? We have used coal. We have used firewood for producing heat, energy, right? Non-conventional, the newer ones in the recent times, like wind, solar, etc. These are non-conventional sources. Conventional sources of energy are generally non-renewable. Non-renewable. For example, coal, fossil fuel, etc., which we were using from the past. Petrol, diesel, coal, we were using them, right? From the past. Recently, the shift happened to wind, solar, then gobar gas, biogas, etc. Recent trend. Conventional sources of energy are non-renewable. Non-conventional sources of energy are renewable sources. Renewable sources. Firewood, coal, petrol, diesel, etc. are conventional sources of energy. Then wind, solar, etc. are non-conventional sources of energy. Non-conventional means in the earlier days we were not using them. Recently we have started using them. That's it. In our before last generation, in our grandparents' generation, did they have the knowledge of generating or using solar energy, solar water heater, photovoltaic cell? No, right? They haven't used solar cooker. They haven't used. But right now we are using solar water heater at least. Photovoltaic cell we are using. Right? They are non-conventional sources. Conventional sources of energy used since a long time. Simple. Used since a long time. Coal, petroleum, natural gas, etc. Non-conventional sources of energy: geothermal heat, biomass, solar, hydroelectricity, the wind, etc. They are renewable. They will not cause environmental pollution. Environmental friendly. Conventional sources: coal, petrol, firewood, etc. Non-conventional: bioenergy, solar energy, wind energy, etc. Right. Petrocrops. Petrocrop means these crops produce a chemical which can be blended with petroleum. With diesel, what do we blend? See, that day we have discussed E20, M15. E20 means ethanol blend in petrol. M15 means 15 percentage methanol blend in diesel, right? Like that. Hydrocarbon producing plants, they are petrocrops. Hydrocarbon producing plants that can become alternative energy sources. Alternative energy sources that can be used in blend with the fossil fuels. For example, Jetropa. We have seen the plant that right, Jetropa, that will produce biodiesel. That chemical produced from Jetropa can be blended with diesel. Diesel blend. Jetropa. Geothermal energy, very, very important. Geothermal energy. Do you watch any vlogs of travel vloggers? Dr. Bro. Recently, he is traveling in African nations. There, he came across a hot spring kind of thing. Have you seen? The temperature was very high. The I forgot the name. I forgot the name of the country. In India also we have hot springs. Do you know hot spring? Do you know spring? Fountain, water coming from underneath. Where are you from? Bangalore itself, proper. You are from? You are from which district? Chikbalapura. You are from? Sakleshpur, Hassan. In Tumkuru, we have Namada Chilume, a place where from the rock fountain water comes out. Like that, there are many places around us where water comes out from rock, land, etc. Right? Likewise, in the Himalayan region, Jammu and Kashmir, Leh, Ladakh, we have hot spring. In America, we have many hot spring where hot water will come out from the earth surface. Hot water. Temperature might vary from many temperature to boiling. It might be steamy also, right? Hot water. Say, what is the temperature when you go deep inside the earth? Whether it increase or decrease? Huh? Actually, it depends from region to region. If you dig a hole here, let's say, when compared to the outer atmospheric temperature, till few feet deep, the temperature will be less, right? Lesser temperature. The small cave temples, which we might have seen, inside temperature will be less cool, right? But when you go deeper, the temperature will increase. Obviously, when you go towards the core of the earth, the temperature will definitely increase. Inside the earth, we have molten core. The center of the earth is in molten state, molten core, high temperature, right? Here, when you go deep into the earth, the temperature varies. The temperature varies. Geothermal energy means core of the earth is very hot. We cannot go till the core of the earth. In some regions, in some areas where there are volcanoes, where there are hot springs, where there are geysers, we call them, and where methane is deposited under the water in the sea, ocean, etc., there the temperature will be very high. See, this is the earth surface. Beneath here, inactive volcano. Inactive volcano is there, but inside which hot molten lava is there, right? And there is water here. This water will be heated by the temperature of this molten lava, right? So this water is hot, this water is warm. Many regions around the earth, this kind of hot water is present below the earth. Right now, in our state, we don't have any hot water springs. In the Himalayan region, we have hot water spring in India, right? What they will do to extract this geothermal energy, they will dig a hole here. They will dig a hole here. They will send water from this hole, water, normal water. This water will be heated. Then it will come out from here as steam due to the higher temperature. If it is a spring, the same water can be used. If it is a geothermal spot below the earth, what they will do? They will dig hole. But the main problem is harmful gases will be accumulated in that place, in that hot water. It will be having many harmful gases. So it might corrode the apparatus which they use to extract energy. The turbine blades, etc., will be corroded very fast, and it is harmful for us also. But this is one of the source, not that efficient. The efficiency of producing electricity is less, but this can be used. Geothermal energy. In India, we have in the northwestern Himalayas and in the western coast, we have many geothermal areas. Geological Survey of India have identified 350 hot spring sites in India. In the Ladakh region, we have Puga Valley, very important tourist place, Puga Valley, where we have hot water spring. The water coming out from that spring will be hot. The maximum geothermal field is there in Ladakh region only, in India, Ladakh. Here under the earth, hot water, very high temperature, water is there. What they will do? They will drill a hole, two places. One places they will pressurize water. When water enters this place, what it will happen? It will vaporize steam. It produces. That steam will come out from other hole. That will be used to run steam turbine. That steam turbine will be coupled with generator that will produce electricity. That's it. Have you seen the movie Chigurida Kanasu? Shuraj Kumar. Cult classic. Super movie. Nodilva. In that movie, he goes in search of his ancestors, his native, a village in, actually, that's not Karnataka, Western Ghats, let's say. He goes there and he generates electricity by using a small water turbine, a blade on which water falls and it generates electricity. Like that, by the rotation of the wheel, water, with the help of water, with the help of air, with the help of steam, electricity will be generated. In thermal power station, coal is burnt, water is converted into steam that's to be used to generate electricity by running the steam turbine. In hydel power plant, water is used, that water will run the water turbine. From that, electricity will be generated. Okay, like that it will happen. Geothermal energy. Demerits. Noise will be more. Then, very important, emission of harmful gases. Harmful gases. It contains hydrogen sulfide. You should know sulfur is a bad smelling pungent chemical. Hydrogen sulfide, it smells like a rotten egg. Bad smell. So, air pollution it causes. That's why it's not used in the higher ranges. That's it. Then the minerals comes out are corrosive. Hydrogen energy. Cleanest burning fuel, hydrogen. Cleanest burning fuel, hydrogen. Where hydrogen can be used? In the cryogenic engine we use, right? Cryogenic engine, hydrogen in the liquid form. One is the engine where hydrogen is directly utilized, and the other fuel cell. In the fuel cell, what happens? Hydrogen produces electricity. That electricity can be used to run the normal EV vehicles. Hydrogen fuel cell. The recent Hyundai Nexo, which I have said, that is hydrogen fuel cell powered car. Hydrogen, the future fuel, carbon emission will be zero, zero, non-polluting, zero carbon emission. The byproduct will be only water vapor, only water vapor. No carbon dioxide emission, no carbon dioxide emission. Hydrogen, cleanest burning fuel, cleanest burning fuel. But the problem is, hydrogen is the lightest element in the periodic table, right? Lightest element. It is the lightest element. That's why it stays in the outer atmosphere, not near the Earth's surface. So, getting hydrogen is a problem. Hydrogen is present in the outer atmosphere or in combination with other elements, H2O, HCl, HNO3. Compound form it is there. We need to separate it and get hydrogen. That is a difficult process. That is the main problem. Very costly process of separating hydrogen from different compounds. Then producing hydrogen from algae is possible. Producing hydrogen from algae by controlling the photosynthesis. Which are all the organisms which have the ability to do photosynthesis? Plants. Where majority of photosynthesis happens? First option, land, in the forest. Second option, ocean. Which one you will choose? Majority of the photosynthesis in earth happens in the ocean. The algae, phytoplanktons, the green patchy, there maximum photosynthesis happens, right? By controlling the photosynthesis which is happening in the algae, we can produce hydrogen. That is the sustainable easy way of getting hydrogen. Solar energy. Solar energy, one thing we can get heat from it, solar water heater, etc. And the other thing, electricity. Electricity by the help of photovoltaic cell. Yes, photovoltaic cell, PV. Passive, active, photovoltaic. Three types of systems we can have. Passive solar energy means we are getting heat from the sun. We are generating vitamin D by the help of sunlight. Then water on the surface of the earth evaporates by the help of solar heat. Water cycle, it evaporates and forms the cloud, right? That is passive solar energy. Evaporation of seawater, drying of cloths, drying of food, production of salt, etc. This is passive solar energy. Passive. The energy which is used for cooking, heating, cooling, etc. That kind of thing. Passive. Active use of solar energy. Active use. Solar water heater. Solar water heater. To get hot water. Mounted on our rooftop. Solar water heater. Then photovoltaic cell or solar cell made of silicon, semiconducting material silicon. Here what happens, when sunlight falls on the surface of the photovoltaic cell, from one energy level to the higher energy level, the particle charge will excite. Movement of electron. Electricity is nothing but movement of electrons. That traveling movement of electron happens by the light. That's why in the photovoltaic cell, electricity is generated. That can be directly used or it can be stored in a battery. Generally, it is stored in the battery. In the daytime, solar street lights, you might have seen solar street light. It will be having a panel. In front, it will be having a light. There will be a big box in that pole itself. That box will contain battery. That battery will be charged by that solar panel in the daytime. In the night time, that electricity will be used to power that light. Likewise, photovoltaic. Photovoltaic cell, photoelectric effect. Photo means light. Photo means light. From the light, electricity is generated. Not from the heat. From the light, electricity is generated. Photovoltaic cell. From the help of sunlight, electrons in the semiconductor will flow. That is nothing but electric current. Electric current. Solar energy. Tidal energy. Tidal energy. Tides will be higher maximum during the time of full moon day, right? Full moon day. Why? Why tides are formed? Tide in the ocean, the waves, the highest point, ebb tide, neap tide. Why tides are formed? There is a difference between wave and tide. Waves are generally formed due to little movement and air acting on it, right? In your normal small lake, pond, there also you might see waves, smaller waves. But in the ocean, the waves will be bigger. That's it. Tides. Tides are formed due to the gravitational pull, majorly from the moon. From the gravitational pull of the moon, the water present on our earth is trying to go towards the moon. That's why it will not go there. The tides are formed due to the gravitational pull. Very important thing to know. That is the reason during the new moon, the tides will be higher, bigger. Tides will be more. For generating electricity from this tidal energy, the tidal range might be greater than 5 meters. That means the top and bottom point, this range should be greater than 5 meters. 5 meter, just imagine, not 5 feet, 5 meter, right? That much it should be. Let's see how it is generated. It will be having one entry point, one outlet point. Okay, one entry, one outlet point. This is the ocean. They have created a bridge kind of thing there in the ocean itself, not to the complete place, some part. They have created a bridge. Here, what happens when there is a tide? The water flows through this hole, then turbine blade will move. When water coming out from this, then also turbine blade will move. While going in, one turbine works, while coming out, other turbine works, because it should be placed in different directions, right? Like that, electricity will be produced. It is produced in on off kind of thing. The electricity production is not linear. It is not linear, and the electricity produced is not in a higher range. Less amount of electricity is produced. But in a country where other sources of energy are minimal, where other natural sources, for example, in India, we do get maximum amount of solar energy throughout the year, right? That's why we are relying more on solar energy. We are shifting towards the solar energy from the conventional thermal source. But in many small countries like France, etc., they're dependent on tidal energy because they have small country. Beside they have ocean. They're generating electricity from that. In India also, we have tidal energy generation plants in the coast of Gujarat, etc. We have near Gujarat, we have tidal power plant. Hydropower energy. Have you ever seen any hydroelectricity generation plant in Karnataka? Have you seen hydroelectricity? Shivana Samudra. For the first time, very first time, when Saram Vishweshwaraya, he saw Jog Falls, he told two things. One thing, very first thing he told, wow, so beautiful. That's not he told. He told, lots and lots of energy is being wasted. He told, energy is being wasted here. In my childhood, I thought it is not correct actually. I thought water is falling from the top in Jog Falls. I thought beneath there might be turbines. When water falls on it, it runs. Is it the case? No, that is actually not the case. What happens? Water will be stored in big dams. Water will be stored in the dams. Then, with the help of a pipe, it will be flown to the lower place from greater height to the lower place, the water will flow. Due to the kinetic energy of the water, kinetic energy will be more, right? If you place overhead tank in the first floor, and if you place the same overhead tank in the fourth floor, where water pressure will be more, fourth floor, more potential energy, more kinetic energy when you turn on the tap, right? Likewise, the kinetic energy will be more. That water flowing through bigger pipe will be converted into smaller pipe. What happens when the shape of the pipe reduces to a point? The speed will increase, the pressure will increase. This is called as penstock. From this penstock, water will be forced into the turbine blades, water turbine. The turbine blades will rotate, then electricity will be generated. Hydroelectricity. By storing water in the dams, with the help of the penstock, electricity is generated. Converting stored water, potential energy, to moving water, kinetic energy, and producing electricity. That is it. Kinetic energy of moving water is converted into electricity. It is very cheap compared to thermal and nuclear power. Cheaper compared to thermal and nuclear power because we don't have to pay for water. That's it. And maintenance is also less compared to thermal and nuclear powers. Why the thickness of dams will be less at the top, more at the bottom? Yes, because the pressure exerted by water will be more at the bottom. It will be less at the top, right? Karnataka is majorly dependent on hydroelectricity. The shift is going on to solar. Petroleum, also known as mineral oil or liquid gold. Liquid gold, petroleum. This is the second energy source in India after coal. Conventional. Recently, the trend changed. Right now, the second biggest energy source is solar. To produce electricity, solar. To run the vehicles, it is still this one only. Petroleum. It provides lubricants also. The byproduct which we get from the separation of petrol, we get lubricant. What is the process called? The separation of petrol, diesel, etc. from petroleum. The boiling point of these fuels are different. Based on the different boiling point, they will be separated. This process is called as fractional distillation. Fractional distillation. Fractional distillation. Process of separating petrol, diesel, etc. byproducts from petroleum. Fractional distillation. It works on the principle of separating fluids with different boiling point. That's it. Separating fluids having different boiling point. Different boiling point fuels will be separated with the fractional distillation. Fractional distillation column. %63% of India's petroleum production is from Mumbai High. We do import majority of petroleum from Middle East countries. We do import, but we also have petroleum reserve. We have coal reserve. We have petroleum reserve. The majority of the petroleum reserve is in Mumbai High, not in the Mumbai. Below the sea, we have below the sea, below the earth, we have petrol. Mumbai High, a special region. 63% from there, then 18% from Gujarat, 16% from Northeast Assam. We have major oil fields. Mumbai High in Maharashtra, Ankleshwar in Gujarat, Digboy, Assam, then Naharkatia, Assam, Moran, Hugri Assam. We have the biggest oil field is in Mumbai High. Natural gas, cleanest burning fossil fuel, not the fuel, cleanest burning fossil fuel. When compared to petrol, diesel, coal, etc., this is the cleanest fuel. Cleanest burning fossil fuel, low emission, environmental friendly, natural gas. It is also a fossil fuel. Natural gas is compressed to get compressed natural gas used in vehicles. CNG, compressed natural gas. This contains what chemically? CH4, methane. Natural gas, nothing but CH4, methane, natural gas. Reserves of natural gas in India, one in Krishna Godavari Basin, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Krishna Godavari Basin, then in Mumbai High, Gulf of Cambay, Gujarat region, Andaman and Nicobar Islands. All these places we have natural gas reserves, natural gas reserve. But majority we do import. Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, Ministry of Non-Conventional Energy Resources. Earlier it was named as, later it was renamed as Ministry of New and Renewable Energy in 2006. Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, MNRE. Responsible for research and development, IP, intellectual property protection, about the new technologies in the field of non-conventional energy resources, international cooperation, promotion, etc. When it comes to the case of mains examination, you should be having basic knowledge about each and every important ministry. What is their mission, what is their vision, what are their goals, etc. Right? Generally, we can say by just seeing the ministry name, which we can at least predict, right? Bring in energy security, increase the share of clean power, increase energy availability and access to everyone, improve energy affordability, etc. The initiatives by MNRE, Jawaharlal Nehru National Solar Mission, a remote village lighting program, National Biogas and Manure Management Program, Solar Lantern Program, Solar Thermal Energy Demonstration Program, National Biomass Cook Stove Initiative, cook stove using biomass, National Offshore Wind Energy Authority, many initiative to shift from the conventional sources to non-conventional sources, that is solar, wind, biomass, etc. Indian, very important, Indian Renewable Energy Development Agency, IREDA, Renewable Energy Development Authority. It is a PSU, Public Sector Enterprise, Miniratna Company, Category 1 under the Government of India, Administrative Control under MNRE Ministry, IREDA, Renewable Energy Development Agency, established in 87. The main motto of this organization is Energy Forever. Energy Forever means renewable energy, shifting to renewable energy resources. That's it. Energy Forever, motto of IREDA, Indian Renewable Energy Development Authority. Energy Forever. Main objectives: giving financial report support to new and renewable energy resources and to finance them. That's it. Huh? See, many public sector undertaking companies, right? PSU, like HAL, BEL, BHEL, BEML, NSIL, etc. Various companies are there. Based on their annual turnover, how much money they are making, they are categorized as Navaratna Company, Maharatna Company, Miniratna Company, category 1, 2, 3, like this. Miniratna is the smallest, then Maharatna, then Navaratna. Now, the HL, it's a Navaratna company, Navaratna. Then our BML, that is a Mini Ratna company, like that, based on the turnover, annual turnover. See, observe this question. The marked answer is not correct. Disclaimer. Which one of the following statement is correct about diamond and graphite? Both diamond and graphite are allotropes of carbon. Allotrope means both are made up of carbon only, but the structure is different. The arrangement is different, completely different. Right? Diamond is the one of the hardest material which we know, that can be used to cut diamond, metal, etc. Right? When considering graphite and diamond, first statement, diamond and graphite have similar physical and chemical properties. Is that true? Is that true? No, graphite is black, diamond is transparent, diamond is crystalline, graphite is not. So it is wrong, first statement. Then diamond is hard but graphite is smooth and slippery. Kind of, let's see. Diamond and graphite are both non-conductors of electricity. The only non-metal which is a good conductor of electricity is graphite. Graphite is a non-metal, but it is a good conductor of electricity because it has two free electrons to carry the charge. Graphite is a good conductor. Diamond is a bad conductor. So, third statement is wrong. Then fourth statement, both diamond and graphite have similar structures. No, their allotropes structure is different. So, by the given statements, we can choose the second one. Diamond is hard, graphite is, compared to diamond, it is a smooth, not smooth when compared to sponge, etc. Right? Smooth and slippery. Graphite can be used as a lubricant, solid lubricant in heavy machines. In heavy machines, it can be used as a solid lubricant. In the older days, have you seen solid lubricant being used in the floor mill? Floor mill, Hitina Girani, the belt in between the solid lubricant. Likewise, solid lubricant can be used here. Graphite. See, electric current means rate of flow of charge. For example, through this wire, let's say this is a wire. From this point to this point, charges are flowing. This flow of charge is nothing but electricity. That electric current is measured with the help of ammeter, an instrument. That ammeter will measure electricity in the units ampere. So many amperes of current is passing through this, right? When you go home, check the older mobile chargers. It will be having 1.5 amps, etc. power. The newer, bigger OnePlus, Oppo, etc. charges, fast charges will be 2 amps, 2.5 amps, ampere, right? This is electric current, right? If this material is a good conductor, for example, metals are good conductors. What good conductor means? That can carry this electric charge. To carry this electric charge, we need free electrons. The atoms which have free electrons in the outer shell, valency shell, they are the good conductors. If you don't have free electrons, then they are bad conductors. Let's say, for example, wood, wall, floor, rubber, plastic. These are bad conductors, or we can say insulators as well, right? Pure water is a bad conductor of electricity, very much important. Pure water, nothing but distilled water. It is a bad conductor of electricity because it will not be having any dissolved ions to carry charge. In 3 Idiots film, you might have seen salt water is a good conductor of electricity. That is, water containing dissolved salt is a good conductor, is a good conductor of electricity. Rainwater is soft water. It is not pure water. So it carries electricity. When compared to rainwater and hard water is a very good conductor. Rainwater is a lesser good conductor, like that. Okay. So normally if they ask, water is a dash conductor of electricity, what will you say? Water, good conductor. The normal water is a good conductor. If specifically they ask pure water or distilled water, that is a bad conductor because no ions are there to carry the charge, right? That is bad conductor. Something should be there, ions to carry the charge, free electrons to carry the charge. That's it. Materials which allow electricity to pass through them are called as good conductors. Which do not allow are called as poor or bad conductors of electricity. That's it. Water is a good conductor of electricity, but distilled water, poor conductor or bad conductor of electricity. Distilled water, poor conductor. There are no ions to carry the charge. Very important thing. Chemical effect of electric current means in the battery how electricity is formed. Battery. See, you have a small battery inside your remote. That battery will be having many chemicals, different type of chemicals. By the chemical reaction happening inside the battery, electricity is being generated. Your mobile phone also, lithium ion battery you have, due to the chemical reaction, electricity is generated, right? Your battery will be having positive and negative terminals, two electrodes, positive, negative, anode, cathode, it will be having, right? How electricity is generated inside battery. See, in the last examination, the question paper which we have discussed, UPSC question paper we have discussed, they have asked about which among the following is not an anode in the battery. That kind of question was there, right? Graphite was not the option. Nickel, cadmium, zinc, like that, they have given the options, right? Electrode, it is a conductor of electricity that can carry electric current. One positively charged electrode will be there, positively charged, that will be called as anode. Anode, positive. Then negatively charged electrode will be there, that will be called as cathode. See, in the ions, cation is positive, anion is negative. In the ions, in the electrode, cathode is negative, anode is positive. See, negatively charged particle electron discovered by J.J. Thomson with an experiment called cathode ray discharge tube experiment. In the olden days, at your home, you had the bigger TV, front screen, rear part bulged outward. That is CRT tube, cathode ray tube TV you had. In these days, you have LED TV, QLED, OLED, etc. TVs we have, right? The earlier TV, cathode ray tube. Cathode ray tube means from the plate, rear end, electron beams will be generated. That electrons beam will fall on the screen surface that will be having a phosphorescent material. When electron beams falls on the surface, it will start to glow. You might have observed when the current goes off, when the current comes in, the screen will make a sound, a white flash will appear. The earlier days, not the recent TVs. That is because the phosphorescent material will be charging or discharging during that time. The electron beam from which cathode? Cathode means negative. Cathode ray tube, CRT, cathode negative. Anode positive. Anode positive, cathode negative. Right. See, this is the basic diagram of a battery where we have anode positive terminal, cathode negative terminal, present inside a electrolyte fluid. Electrolyte, we have electrolyte. When we give the power supply, what happens when we give the power supply? From the cathode and the help of the anode, electricity is generated. Here, generally, for example, this electrolyte solution will be NaCl, sodium chloride solution, from which positive and negatively charged particles are removed. Okay. We'll discuss this in the next class, how electricity is generated and how different types of batteries we have. Generally, the basic classification of the battery. Primary battery and secondary battery. Primary battery means use and throw battery. Secondary means a rechargeable battery. Rechargeable battery. Use and throw battery, the battery which we use in the remote cell. Once it discharges, we will throw it and purchase new one, right? Those are primary batteries. Rechargeable battery present in our mobile phone, laptop, vehicles, they are rechargeable. We can use it multiple times. Charge discharge cycle, that are secondary batteries. Secondary batteries. A lead acid battery present at our home, UPS battery, that is secondary battery. The battery present in our vehicles, that is secondary battery, right? Okay. We'll cover this electrochemistry battery part tomorrow. Then later we'll start biotechnology tomorrow. Very important topic, right? Day after tomorrow we'll cover information technology part, nanotechnology and robotics. Thank you.